I made a note of a phrase here, flow down. I feel that flow down is just an absolutely critical part of this. So the flow down of those terms from the MSA to what's being contracted and what's being delivered and procured within the statement of work, clearly that's absolutely critical. But the other area of flow down that I think is super critical in this is just the flow down of strategy. So for example, the strategy might not be flowing down effectively into even the MSA or into the originating category strategy. But then when you look at it on another level, is the category strategy flowing down into how business users are thinking about it? It's all got to connect up, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. There is a common behaviour that I've seen, certainly when I was in the banking world, but also in other worlds, where you get really caught in the service level agreements and KPIs or key performance indicators of what's going on in the contract, because you think you've got to make sure that if somebody's transacting off that contract, it's always pinned back to some measurable thing. But actually, what's more important is what you've described, which is what is the strategic objective of that service area or of that category or of that business division or business unit? Are you meeting the relative needs of where they're trying to get to in terms of how they want to use services or any other kind of spend behavior? And that's regular dialogue, regular kind of discussion around it that probably sometimes needs to use the contract as an instrument of mimicking what you've been talking about with strategy. So flow down's a good term, I would say, but it should be extensive, as you mentioned. It should be that you are fully clear on what the business needs are from a strategic point of view, and you're also clear on the practical elements of how that can work in terms of just getting on with purchasing and sourcing and buying services accordingly. But I see a lot of mismanagement of the strategic space in that flow down, for sure.